Hi guys, welcome again to another beautiful and wonderful episode of Life with Olabri. Alright, so today I'm going to be sharing the common jobs you can actually get if you are coming into Canada as an international student. Yes, the common jobs that actually pay more. Alright, so I think it depends on the program. Let's dive in. Yay! Alright guys, so the first thing is to get a proper job, the first thing you have to do is to construct a very good and acceptable CV. That is a resume. Alright, some people call it CV, some people call it a resume, and commonly here in Canada they actually call it resume. Alright, so if they tell you bring your resume, don't be confused. Don't say I don't have a resume, I have a CV. Alright, so it's the same thing they're talking about. Alright, so and yeah, for your CV you have to construct your CV that in the sense that it matches whatever job you are going to apply for. Alright, so if you're planning to apply for an housekeeping job, try as much as possible to make sure that your work experience has to do with housekeeping. And if you're going to apply for a sales rep work, make sure your work experience has to do with sales representative. All right, and so that means for me, yeah, I did it. If you're applying for 10 jobs, you probably have to do 10 different resumes. Yes, I said so. You have to do 10 different resumes. Now, for some companies, they ask you to submit online, maybe to go and submit the CV on Indeed, or to come and submit the CV in person. All right, that means you taking the CV to their office. All right, so that is why, my dear, you really have to get out of your bed, get out of your house, and go out to look for a job. The job is not going to come to you when you are sitting on your bed and applying on Indeed or just applying randomly online. My dear, go out, print your CV, right? Go to the companies and ask for the position they want, or you can check some random stores in your area. Take it for example, Superstore. I know Superstore usually employ a lot of people. Home Depot, they always hire people, they're always hiring. McDonald's, they are always hiring. Propay, they are always hiring. Wendy restaurant, they are always hiring. Best Buy, check the Best Buy company in your area, they are mostly always hiring as well. Costco, always hiring students. In fact, always hiring students. Costco, so you can go to the Costco that is very close to you and apply there. Go there in person, right? I said in person. You can just check their website for the positions they have available, then construct your CV based on that position and take your CV there in person. Okay, all right. So Costco, yes, I've mentioned how many companies. I've mentioned Best Buy, Wendy, Propay, Superstore, Walmart. Yes, Walmart also. Go to their website and go to careers. All right, under careers you are going to get. Also, you can check common hotels. That is, those ones are for when you want to apply for sales rep. Okay, when you want to apply for sales rep. Best Buy, Walmart, Home Depot, McDonald's, Propay, Wendy, and Costco, right? Costco, Staples, right? But I don't usually see a lot of students at Staples here in my own environment, so it might be different in your own city. All right, so those are the places I can actually advise you to apply for if you want a sales rep job. All right, McDonald's as well. All right, but if you want housekeeping receptionist job, you can apply in your nearest hotels. All right, hotels, yes, you can gain experience there in the hotels. I'm sorry, you might tell them, oh, you're an housekeeper when you're in your country, you work at social hospital, you work at social hotel. Just write something in your CV. All right, go there, they are still going to train you. All right, so it's when they are training you, you have to pay attention to understand what they're training you on in order to know your job. All right, so go to nearest hotels, go to nearest hospitals or old people's home. All right, and apply as an housekeeper. All right, old people's home in your area. All right, just search for the old people's home in your city. All right, or some call it village. All right, old people's village. Just check for housekeeping roles, if they have, please apply for that. All right, so that's if you want to work in health. All right, but if you also want to work as a cleaner, all right, there are cleaning companies that usually hire students. Okay, so you also have to check for cleaning companies or cleaning agents in your area where you can actually apply. And cleaning agents, they usually pay between the minimum wage and like $25 per hour. All right, so for housekeeping jobs in an hotel or what people do, they usually mostly pay between $21 to $25 per hour. All right, that is actually a bit reasonable than having to go for a sales rep job. Sales rep job, they usually pay between whatever your minimum wage is to, at most that I've seen, is like $19.5 per hour. All right, so yeah, for sales rep job, you can also apply at Value Village and Salvation Army. All right, so you can also apply there. All right, so you can also be a stock I don't know the name they call them, but those people that usually arrange stock. So, but for those ones, they usually have people that work during the day and people that work overnight. Yeah, I know about Superstore that they have some people that do come to work overnight to arrange new stock on the shelf. All right, so when people come in the morning, they are going to have new stock to buy from. So they also have a night shift over there. So for that, you can apply for those, and they usually at maybe Superstore, at Home Depot, they usually pay between $17 to like $19.5 as well per hour. All right, so yeah, you can also apply for that. All right, so and whatever job you apply for, you should be able to know that either you apply for morning or afternoon. I mean, people that work during the day or at night. Okay, all right, so that is that about that. So once you come in, you should know where you are going and what you are applying for. All right, so if there are Winners store in your environment, so Winners, they usually employ as well. That is if you really want to work in sales, and which is the most common jobs around here. Sales rep is the most common in Canada. All right, and also if you're in a city maybe like Toronto or some other cities, you can also work as a factory worker. Yeah, I'm coming. Thank you. Give a all right, so if you're working maybe in a place where they have factories, you can also work as a factory worker. Okay, you can also work as a factory worker. All right, and also you can also work on farms. There are people that work on farms as you know, they pick the food, they take the food to the market, and from the market they also take some things to the farm. So there are people that work in the farm as well. All right, so and if you don't want to do all of that, yeah, maybe you want to work in a bank, you can work in the bank as a, I mean, the front desk people that, the tellers, yeah, the tellers. You can work as the teller. So I know about CIBC. It's a bank I recommend for everybody. So I know about CIBC. They hire students, and I think I heard, which I'm not sure about, they pay the minimum wage. All right. So it depends on where you're working. They pay the minimum wage. That is CIBC. All right. As a student as well, you can work in the bank. I know about CIBC, and it's a bank I really recommend to most people because I love the bank. Yeah, I love the bank. So yes, I recommend the bank. So they hire students as well as retailers. Okay, so you can also work there at CIBC. And yeah, it also depends on the skills you have. If you have a skill as yeah, you can also work in some hotels as receptionist. Yes, so you can also work as a receptionist, and also they also work morning and night as a receptionist. Okay, so also what kind of job as well? Yeah, receptionist / clerk. You can also work in the real estate companies, where you can also work as people that show, you know, maybe they have a place they want to sell or they want to rent, so you can go there, show the clients the place, and then you can also be their office receptionist in the real estate. So we have Royal LePage, we have Remax, we have so many Realtor, so we have so many real estate companies around here in Canada, so you can also apply there. All right, so where else can you apply? Yeah, so many other companies where you can just check around and you can get the details. Check their website. Always check their website. Check when you get on their website, just go to careers. You don't have business with any other thing. The only other thing that you might have business with is to read about the company before you go for their interview. All right, so when you have an interview, always read about the company. before going for the interview, and also know the details about the position you are applying for. You should not be applying for a sales rep and when you get there you're talking about being a robotic expert. Like, I don't understand, right? So yeah, you should be able to talk about what the position you're applying for, the knowledge that you have, and all of that when you get to the company. All right, so yeah, that is that about getting jobs around Canada. Okay, thank you so much, and I really hope and wish to see you in the next video.